All right, all right. Oh, you're too kind. You're too kind. Stop, stop, stop. You're too kind to me. You're too good to me. Hey, everyone, and welcome to Shoot the Hoot Raw, episode 15. I'm Chuck Taylor, and today we're flipping one of the biggest myths in the MSP world, that cybersecurity is just another cost you have to eat. Nope, not anymore. Because when you package it right, position it confidently, and automate the delivery, cybersecurity becomes one of your most profitable services. In this episode, I'll show you exactly how MSPs are making that shift, turning protection into profit without selling their souls and burning the hell out of their teams. We've got a ton of ground to cover today. So here's what's on today's flight plan. Okay, first, I'm going to rant just a little about why cybersecurity should never be treated like a line item loss. Then, we'll break down 3 ways to profit from security, including how smart MSPs are bundling, upselling, and automating for margin. We'll also explore the win-win-win model that makes this approach scalable and sustainable for your business, your clients, and your team. Then it's time for this week's CyberHoot Nerd Update, a quick peek at what we built and to make things a little bit easier. We'll open the floor for your questions, and then we'll wrap up with a horror story that might make you rethink giving away anything for free. Sound good? Great. Let's jump in. It's time to flip that script. Okay, let's be honest. Most MSPs still treat cybersecurity like overhead, something to absorb, a cost to eat, a checkbox to tick because compliance says so. But what if we could flip that thinking? What if security paid you back monthly, predictably, and I think the most important, profitably, right? It's a recurring revenue engine just waiting to be activated. So with the right tools, positioning, and partner, cybersecurity doesn't have to be a burden. Today, I'm going to show you how to flip that script and turn what used to be a cost into cash flow. Do you know that 58% of cybersecurity services are more than profitable, right? 58% just by offering cybersecurity services. So if you're offering these cybersecurity services, training, things like that, you'll become 58% more profitable than not. Also, recurring revenue from security bundles is growing 2 to 3 times faster than traditional support services. Cybersecurity, folks, is here to stay. Get on board and start selling it. Here's the truth. Clients do want security. Nobody's sitting around saying, I hope my business gets breached this quarter. The problem, most clients don't understand cybersecurity. They don't know what training actually does or what a phishing test even means. So when you try to sell it, it feels abstract. Or worse, it's like you're upselling fluff to them. And that's where CyberHoot flips the game. Our platform makes security visible, tangible, and real. You get reports, results, proof. And your client gets peace of mind they can absolutely see. And when they see that value, they buy it gladly. So MSPs who show their clients phishing click rates and training programs see up to 40% higher retention and upsell success. It's a no-brainer, folks. So let's get tactical. If you want to turn cybersecurity from a cost into a revenue, a recurring revenue service, here are 3 ways MSPs are doing it right now. 1, you got to bundle the essentials: training, phishing simulations, and dark web monitoring. Together, they form a rock-solid foundation that clients actually need. And MSPs who bundle that training together, the phishing and the dark web, they report up to a 35% more MRR per client. And clients are 2 times more likely to pay for ongoing security when it's presented as a package. So bundle, bundle, bundle. 2, upsell the advanced stuff. You know the advanced stuff. Think vCISO services, breach simulations, custom reporting, tabletop exercises. These elevate you from vendor to trusted advisor. And if you don't have vCISO services, your partner CyberHoot does, just reach out to us. We'll help you out. And then lastly, stop charging for your time. Instead, charge for value. Use automation to deliver security consistently and scale your profits while you're sleeping in bed at night. Do this right, and security goes from check the box to check the bank account. So now you've seen the playbook: bundle, upsell, automate, Let's zoom in a little bit on this real moneymaker MSPs often overlook, the bundle. Because when you practice cybersecurity just right, it stops being optional and starts being irresistible. Here's a simple truth. Clients hate feeling nickel and dimed. When every security service is a separate line item, they start cutting corners. But when you bundle training, phishing, dark web, and reporting to a single valuable package, you make security easy to understand and hard to walk away from. Bundling isn't about hiding the cost. It's about highlighting the value. It positions you as a complete solution, not a piecemeal vendor. There aren't many people out there that want to go out and buy pieces of things everywhere. They want one full, complete solution. Give it to them in a bundle. And here's the kicker. Clients who buy bundles, they're more loyal. They're easier to manage, and they're far more profitable. That's the power of the bundle. It's not just smart packaging, it's a revenue multiplier. Bundle services increase clients' retention by up to 60%. And the clients who are presented with a bundle are 3 times more likely to buy than when services are sold individually. So bundling gets you in the door. But if you really want to grow without burning out, you need to scale. And scaling can always be a challenge. And that, my friend, is where automation turns profit into momentum. Let's talk about how to make security work for you, even while you sleep. Oops, and guess what? Banner time. The first person to email ShootTheHoot@cyberhoot.com with the code bundle10 gets 10% off their next invoice. So open that email client, click send, and get that 10. All right? Bundle10 to ShootTheHoot@cyberhoot.com. Got that? Boom. All right, moving on. Got my assets here. Oops. All right, moving on. So you can ask, there we go. You can ask any MSP what eats up their week, and they'll say, following up with users, pulling reports, managing phishing campaigns manually again. But here's the reality. That time is margin, and manual work kills both. CyberHoot flips that. It automates training reminders, phishing campaigns, reporting, compliance visibility. So instead of chasing your users down, you deliver consistent value without even lifting a finger. That's the power of automation. It protects your time and your profit. So MSPs who automate cybersecurity save an average of 10 to 15 hours per client per month. How much are you paying your people per hour? You're saving that much money, 10 to 15 hours per client per month. That time translates to up to a 40% more margin on bundled security services. Automation doesn't just boost the bottom line, it changes the entire game. Because when you bundle it smart, you price it right, and you automate that delivery, everybody wins. Your clients, your business, and your team. So let's break this down into what a win-win-win actually looks like. So when you flip the script, when you bundle smart, when you automate all of that and charge for value, you don't just win, your clients win, your business wins, and your team wins. Your business wins with recurring profitable revenue. Your team wins because they're not buried in manual work or chasing ghosts. And your clients win with stronger security, clear reporting, and peace of mind. That's what we call a win-win-win. I always think back to that Office episode with Michael Scott, and he's doing the conflict resolution. And it's like, oh, we have a win-win-win situation. This is a win-win-win situation. Get on it. And guess what? When you partner with CyberHoot, you've got a platform and a partner built to help you win on all 3 of those fronts. MSPs who follow this model that we can put out sees a 20% higher client retention and 2 times the growth per client revenue over 12 months. So that's how you turn cybersecurity from overhead into opportunity, from cost center into cash flow. And when you've got the right tools and the right partner, it's not just possible, it's profitable. Now, let's fly into this week's CyberHoot Nerd Update and show you that, what we built and what we've done to make things even easier in the platform. Okay, so we're peeking behind the curtain now at what the DevOps have been up to all week. You can now export user training history to CSV right from Autopilot. That means easier reporting and faster reviews of your data. We also added CSV exports to the active and the archive user history tabs and cleaned up the pagination style to keep it looking sharp. Reports just got smarter as well. They'll now show you the MSP's logo if your customer doesn't have one set up, instead of falling back to the default CyberHoot owl, though we do love that guy. And we squeezed some query optimization magic behind the scenes for our general compliance reports, so things run faster and smoother. We were able to optimize this thing. It's so much fun. You take something and you make it better. I took this this really long query with a bunch of complex stuff inside of it that was taking like 55 seconds to run and query, really bad, right? Scaling, really bad. I took that same query and took it from 55 seconds down to 23 milliseconds. Bam, that's fast, that's scaling, that's smoother, we're getting better. So just a little more speed, a little more polish, and some professionalism, the CyberHoot way. So that's what we've been improving behind the scenes. Faster, cleaner, and smarter. But now it's your turn, because security isn't one size fits all, and you've got questions. Let's dive into this week's open mic Q&A. All right, let's hoot it out. Got a bundling strategy you're testing? Questions about pricing, packaging, or that one client who still thinks cybersecurity is just antivirus? Now's your chance. Drop your questions in the chat. Want to know how to upsell vCISO? Curious what MSPs are actually charging? Need to vent about your own free fail? Fair enough. I'm answering it all. Raw, real, and revenue focused. And hey, if you got a Carl story, we're listening. See what questions coming in. Okay, how do I price my cybersecurity bundle without scaring clients away? This is a great question and one I hear often. You start by bundling visibly, not vaguely. Break it into clear components: training, phishing, dark web, maybe even reporting, and assign a value to each one of those. Then roll all those individual pieces into a single monthly fee that feels approachable. You're not charging for the extras. You're delivering protection, compliance, and peace of mind. And those are easy to sell when they're easy to see. And remember, if you lead with value, pricing becomes a conversation, not a confrontation. Give your customers the value and do it with this bundling. All right, more questions. Okay. So, what if a client doesn't take security seriously, and can you still upsell them? So, yes. What am I, a no guy? No. Yes, the answer is yes. And actually, those are some of the best upsell opportunities. Don't pitch features. You hear it all the time. Don't pitch a feature. You've got to pitch the value. In this case, you want to pitch risk avoidance and business protection. Use visuals. Show phishing click rates. Show that training isn't being completed. Then say, this isn't just a checkbox, it's your reputation on the line. We got to reduce your risk by 90% starting this week. We're going to do it. Let's go. Please don't buy tools. People don't buy tools. People buy outcomes, right? So sell the result, not the tech. So yeah, you do need to buy tools. They will need to buy tools, but people don't actually buy individual tools. They buy what the outcome of that tool is. So you want to sell that result to them, not the actual technology. Right, any other questions? All right, so that's all the questions we have for now. Now, before we wrap up, and this has been a pretty quick episode. I think we're about 14 minutes in. So before we wrap up, I've got one last story to share, a cautionary tale, a real-world reminder of what happens when you treat security like a giveaway instead of a growth engine. Buckle up. It's time for this week's Hoot-worthy horror story. Picture this. There's an MSP wants to stand out. They want to build goodwill and land more clients. A worthy goal, that's what we all want, right? So they decide to give away security training with every managed service contract. Win, 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 right? Give it away for free. At first, a client said, wow, thanks, this is awesome. But over time, usage dropped. Nobody watched the videos. Nobody took the training seriously. Nobody valued what they didn't pay for. Now, fast forward 6 months. The MSP realizes they're burning hours on money supporting services that nobody appreciates. So they flip the plan. You flip it. Hey, clients will now be billing for training. It's critical, valuable, and proven to reduce risk. And what do you think happened? Pushback, confusion. Why are you charging now? We've been doing this free the whole time. The MSP had unintentionally trained their clients to see cybersecurity as worthless. The lesson here is if you don't assign value to what you deliver, no one else will either. Don't discount your expertise. Don't give away your best tools. Package it, price it, and show your clients that protecting their business isn't optional, it's essential. You may think this is rare, right? Do people really give this stuff away for free? Yeah, they do. It's more common than you think. But you, not you. You've got the tools, you've got the strategy, you've got the partner, and the mindset to flip the outcome. So let's bring it home with one final thought here. Cybersecurity doesn't have to drain your team or your profits. In fact, it can be your most profitable service. Remember what you have to do. Bundle it, automate it, charge for the value you actually deliver. Because when you treat security like the game changer it is, your clients win, your team wins, and you win with recurring, scalable revenue. If you're already a CyberHoot partner, lean into it. These tools are built for this. We built them for this reason. And if you're not doing this, you're not a CyberHoot partner, maybe it's time to stop giving security away and start building your margins the CyberHoot way. So thanks for hooting with me today. We'll see you next week on Shoot the Hoot Raw. Hoot on! Hoot on!